Well, today we are, reviewing a train pack, a visiting train pack. Yep, and as you can see, a lot of you are probably familiar with this, the Virgin East Coast train pack, yet with the, with the current present Virgin liveried 225. Of course, just like my GNER 225, the Class 91, 2 Mark III coaches, and the DVT, of course. Oh yeah, the Mark IV coaches. Sorry, I've just remembered. I can tend to get Mark IIIs and Mark IVs. Well, they're quite similar, really. I can tend to get them mixed up. Yeah, it says Virgin Mark IV second open, and two open standard coaches. Now, of course, we're all familiar with with Hornby's 225s. That's their Class 91 locomotives. Of course, that the East Coast ones, deliveries they've done them in. First ever started with Intercity Swallow, GNER. Did they do any in National Express? I can't say. Because National Express temporarily, temporarily took over the East Coast mainline franchise, didn't they? Not for very long. I think was that just before or just after East Coast? Because they went East Coast. Of course, they do ones in East Coast, and now, the most recent Virgin livery. Is it known as like the Virgin toothpaste type livery? Just like the redness on it, a bit like on a Colgate. A bit like Colgate toothpaste colours. But it looks smart, like the red and white. Although the coaches look more grey and red on there. And again the pick can differ on the box sometimes. I guess it's sometimes said model mate like differ from that illustrated or from the actual train itself. It's a limited edition. This as well, as you can just see there. Limited edition. This one's got a number. I can't remember what it is. Well, you'll have a look in a second. Limited edition of 1000. And of course Hornby do the they do the model flying. The Flying Scotsman one. The Flying Scotsman livery 91. And I think the DVT as well. Of course, in real life they're both they're both strangely in separate trains, aren't they? It still looks good, but still I think it'll probably look even better having the Flying Scotsman liveried 91 and DVT in the same train, at both ends. And of course, I've seen the one liveried, with the For the Fallen nameplate, so that one looks very smart as well. I think this is obviously quite obviously recent, because as it says there. It says, on March 1st, 2015, Virgin Trains East Coast, VTE EC took over the East Coast mainline franchise. Franchise from the publicly owned East Coast trains. Again, of course, I'm not sure what's going on with East Coast at the moment. It's kind of been, the franchise has kind of been up and down all over the place. And as I was saying, it's obviously a recent set. This from, I don't know, maybe 2015, 16, or just last year. So still pretty recent. Of course, I got my GNER 225 in 2004, and I think these like the older train pack boxes. I think all or most of them came. Came with this the same symbols. Great Northeastern Railway. I was thinking just see like the British Railways. But my Hornby DMU has the. DMU from about 2007 or 8 has this same box. I mean, I can't remember how they always had picks on like this, but this definitely looks newer. It's a if we just get it up, pretty much the same pick on the other side as well. You can just see that. Sorry, it's a big box. I can't really get it all into view. It's one where it opens at either end and it pulls out. Polystyrene can fight back at you a bit sometimes, can't it? The polystyrene seems quite old now, but it still protects them. It still protects them very well. Now, just the usual instructions here. Although I can't seem to see which number this one is. Normally they will have a certificate, unless I bought it from a friend James. Don't know, unless the certificate just wasn't packed when he packed it up for me. I'll have to ask him about that. I'm sure I'll find out its number at some point. Well, because it's a limited edition, surely it must have a number. A certificate must be somewhere. But again, here we are. Of course, polystyrene, but wrapped in like instead tissue paper. Well, instead tissue paper which tears easily. This well, more sturdy but still soft like film type stuff. Get the loco out first. Try not to knock the camera over like I sometimes nearly do. Oh yes, it's and it came out easily there, and I think this sort of like this like plastic type film stuff doesn't really, I think really grabs onto the polystyrene as easily. But yeah, here's the loco. Yeah, and as you probably already know, the design of the Hornby's Class 91s, basically just move out the light there. Sorry, hasn't really changed. It's basically the same as almost the same as what it was. I mean, when did the Intercity Swallow one come out? Was it was it like the Intercity Express? Was it the late 80s or very early 90s? Although I think they because of course IC2 owns the Intercity Swallow one. The flaw was that I think only only one set of bogies have pickups, and it could die easily if it was going over too many dead zones. So yeah, I think they sorted that one out. I think by the time they brought the GNER liveried one out. But yeah, of course there's the big Virgin livery there. Just get fully focused. There we go. Yes, I'd say overall GNER is still my favourite East Coast livery. Well, trains for the East Coast main line. Yeah, is that where still my favourite livery for the East Coast main line trains. And yeah, no, the pantograph on this actually, it looks more realistic. It goes, because it doesn't seem to do that on my GNER 225. My GNER 921. It basically it goes all the way up. It doesn't. I mean, this one's like got a bit of resistance in it there, and it's that's how high they actually. That's basically sort of how high they actually go up in real life. They don't stand all the way up. Still the same pantograph though. And again, I mean, whilst this looks pretty basic, compared to like many new electric locos now, like from Hornby or like from Bachmann especially, it's still, you can't fault that too much. I mean, you've still got the big, non-sprung buffers and the big full-size couplings, on the loco and the loco, the coaches and the DVT as well. Yeah, of course, the other cabin there when they're coupling the loco, coupling or uncoupling. So yeah, it's this one's as you can see there, just 90. Oh yeah, fully in focus now. 91 124. But yeah, again, same detail on the bogies. Again, so quite basic designs. Yeah, it basically hasn't changed, but like detail wise, again maybe a few chassis differences. Again, I'm sure they fixed the issue of where this wasn't really enough pickups for it to cope going up like several dead zones at once, like on points and diamond crossings and that. So maybe just a few slightest updates, but in terms of like the actual design detail, it's pretty much hasn't changed since or barely since this. Since Hornby first brought out their 91 in Intercity Swallow livery. But you have still got some nicely detailed parts. So yeah, you see the doors, you see the door handle there. So it was like train crew only on there. Just see how close I can bring it to keep it in focus. Yeah, you with the little vent parts there, you can see rivets. But yeah, again, basically we probably we're all familiar with these. We all know that they haven't changed that much. Just different liveries really. But yeah, so I love these 225s there. I mean, like for comparison, 2 seconds. Here's my GNER one. Yeah, looking at the front there, you wouldn't think there was a. You wouldn't think that this one was from 2004, 2004 or 5, and this one's from like 2000 maybe like 2016 or 17, just very very recently. It's again, yeah, the detail is basically identical, on the roof there, same pantograph. Yeah, see, this one just it sprungs all the way up. I mean, that was sort of an error the original Train Simulator game did. When you could drive these, it's like the wires would be higher and the pantograph would go all the way up. But in real life, they yeah, again, just like it does, yeah, for just yeah, yeah. Whereas in real life, yeah, it basically just goes like halfway up. It's like the wires aren't actually that high up. But never mind, it's it doesn't matter. They're both still superb models. But yeah, again, you wouldn't think that there was basically over 10 years difference between these two. Between like 10 to 12, maybe 13 years. Again, so both cap ends there, and okay, now let's get one of the. Yeah, of course, both the coaches are identical. Let's get one of them out. Again, yeah, the colour. Well, the whiteness on them is it's got the tiniest hint of grey in, but it looks so much more darker grey on on the box. Again, yes, again, identical detail on the coaches as well to the older models. On the side and the roof and underneath. And there again, see, there's my GNR one. Again, I always miss seeing that route of the Flying Scotsman there. I loved it when they had that on, but yeah, again, just like the ends there. Yeah, exactly the same. Again, basically no change apart from on the levies. But again, that's overall not a bad thing. It can be quite puzzling, but yeah, this still looks brilliant. That's the other coach, of course, identical, and then finally, yeah, the DVT. Yeah, I'll just mention that just the other week I saw basically a southbound facing 91. Well, most of the time, most of the time when I've seen them, or the majority of ones I've seen are facing northbound. Like when heading north, like up to like Leeds or Edinburgh. Again, northbound facing. But yeah, I definitely saw a King's Cross London facing one. Just was it a couple of weeks or a couple of or a couple of months ago? Yeah, it was definitely one facing south. Yeah, I'm sure it was the first time I'd ever seen one facing south. And yeah, of course, most DVTs are facing south, but this other one was facing north. Yes, yeah. Just I don't think I'd ever seen a set the opposite way around before. Well, with the ends, the Loco and DVT opposite ends, and both facing the other way around. Again, yeah, of course, same with the DVT as well. Just get that focused. There we go. Yes, the camera's in a good mood today. It's focusing. And yeah, of course, yeah, both DVTs here, GNR and Virgin. Yeah, just trying to get my arm out of the light and get it in focus. Yeah, there. Right, well, let's get her on the track and running. Well, here she is running, and as you can see, she's going very smoothly. And yeah, a couple of other differences compared to like, older models. Well, one which I forgot to mention earlier is I don't think this one has any traction tyres on the wheels, whereas the old ones did. Well, the older one. Yeah, sorry, just quickly taking her off again. Yeah, got the two side by side. Now, yeah, turns out she has got traction tyres, but there are still differences. If we have a look at the older model, the GNR, the traction tyres are just on that side on these two wheels, as you can see there. Just trying to get it to come into focus. Well, yeah, you could just pick them out there anyway on that wheel and that one. Yeah, there's none on the rear ones, but you see the newer model. Oh, so yeah, the pantograph feels yeah the pantograph feels much more stiffer on the newer model. It feels quite loose on the older one, or unless it's just got like that over the years. But yeah, the newer one, there's no traction tyres on the front bogie wheels, but there's one there and there, so on two different sides. Yeah, so it's quite curious that, yeah, again, you can just pick them out, yeah, with the, yeah, not as much light shining on those wheels. So yeah, she has still got traction tyres, but they're on different wheels. And also, yeah, another thing, if I just pop her back on the track, and if you listen to her running, yeah, she sounds pretty quiet. Yeah, there's only just a faint light buzz from her motor. Yeah, quite a faint, quiet one. Yeah, she sounds pretty quiet and very smooth, and again, running very smooth. So yeah, well, the newer ones actually do sound a bit smoother. Well, mainly a bit more quieter than the older ones. Yeah. Well, my Junior, she usually always runs well. Yeah, she's a smooth runner, and yeah, it's like she does sound smooth, but her motor's just got well a bit more of a louder sort of noise to it. But yeah, it's just a bit louder, but she still sounds quite smooth. But yeah, the new model's definitely quieter. And again, often, yeah, well, with the older motors, it's like the faster you run them, the louder their motors get. Of course, yeah, well, I haven't known this till now. This is the first time I've actually had one of these newer 225s, well, 225s class 91, newer class 91s running on here. And yeah, as I said before, my Junior 225, yeah, well, she's the only electric train, or, well, electric loco that I own. And yeah, I was thinking, either my 91's pantograph has again just got looser over the years, the 12 to like 14 years, which how long I've had her, or they've actually made the newer ones a bit stiffer so they stay up like that, so it looks, so it looks a bit more realistic, just like they do in real life. And yeah, I'll just say, I don't know if it's something to do with this model being a limited edition, or with it being still pretty recent. I don't think they've actually managed to do all the coaches in this recent Virgin livery just yet. Just not done them all like they did with Junior and East Coast. Yeah, well, I can't really say I've seen any of these where just like by themselves in a box in any model stores. But hopefully soon you'll be able to buy more coaches and make up the full, was it like 8 or 9 car set. And now running in the other direction, DVT first. To be honest, I think she sounds like even quieter going backwards like this. Well, that was the review of the Hornby Virgin East Coast train pack. I've been very happy to review this one, especially how it's a limited edition. Again, I should find out its number at some point. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it has a number. Usually limited editions do. Well, each one. But yeah, it's a very good train pack, this one.